Welcome back to the Baker Bro Show. What's up, Mako? Tamako? How you doing, bud?
He's a happy boy.
We are, how you doing, Zach? How you doing?
Well, it's been a little while.
Yeah. Thank you for, being patient. We had a little hiatus due to, vacations, holidays, stuff like that. And also, we can do whatever the fuck we want. So yeah, welcome back. Thank you for joining us. We have, Tamago here, my brother's dog, just staring at me, wagging his tail like a monster right now.
He's a happy boy.
Yeah.
You a happy boy? Hmm?
He's a podcasting dog. He listens to about 4 podcasts a day.
You could be our mascot.
Holy shit, Tamago.
You be the mascot?
You're going to be our mascot, dude? Hell
You
yeah.
can help us on our way to fame, you know?
It's like, I don't know what the fuck you guys are saying.
Not a little bit.
So I'm going to blow your mind right now, dude. Science. Aliens.
Science and aliens?
Technology.
Okay.
Put them together, what do you have?
Science and technology?
100%. 100%. Thanks for joining us on this episode this week, you guys.
Can't explain that.
I'm pulling into my driveway coming home from work the other day.
Mm.
And I like run over something. You can tell, you know what I mean? And I get out of my car, I walk down to the end of my driveway, and it's something I haven't seen. Immediately what I thought of was Patsy's.
Okay.
Our old fat piece of shit babysitter.
Rest in peace.
We need to go. Okay, we're deep diving on Patsy today.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. This is going to be great. You guys are going to love this shit. Did you say rest in peace?
Yeah. Piss.
Oh, okay. He meant piss, you guys.
She wasn't that bad, but she was pretty evil.
She was a horrible, horrible person to children, dude.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd be a babysitter. I mean, kids are tough. But
kids suck.
They do.
But I'm not a babysitter. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's how I feel about them.
But if you do work with children, you have to have the utmost patience. You have to. Yeah. Especially when they're not your kids.
Yeah.
They're your kids. You can have a little less patience because you can discipline them.
Yeah, well, you're either getting somebody who's like, yeah, I love kids. This is what the career I want, or they're like, this is my paycheck today.
It is.
Get over here, little Timmy. You
that's what she was
shit.
Doing. Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways. So I picked it up. It was a little bag.
Mm-hmm.
With rocks in it.
Interesting.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I know exactly.
With the paper in it. It's from like landscaping companies. Okay.
Yeah, little samples. Wow, I haven't seen that. I can't even tell you when.
I haven't thought of this in so long or seen those in so long that when it entered my my cortex in my brain.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck that means. I immediately realized what the fuck that was for the first time in my entire life.
Yeah.
From a child seeing those all over the ground, I was like, what the fuck are these, dog?
Yeah.
I had no clue.
We never read what's in the little piece of paper.
In my mind, it was like, okay, newspapers.
Yep.
Outside sometimes. Bags of rocks with paper in it.
Yeah.
I used to pick them up. We used to throw them.
Yeah.
Just like collect like 6 bags and just drop them at the corner or something for no reason. You know what I mean? Fucking up these people's business. So years later, seeing it, 20 plus years later, seeing one for the first time, it clicked. I go, oh, this is a business card.
It's kind of funny how that's like acceptable litter. Because they just took some rocks, which are naturally just everywhere, put them in a bag with a piece of paper, then threw it on the ground in front of your house.
So you can tape a business card to like a plastic bag and put some dirt in it, and then throw it on the ground. The cop stops you and goes, "Hey, sir," and you go, asshole.
Advertising. All right, move along.
Oh shit.
Yeah, again, I have not thought about that in years. I can't honestly remember the last time I saw one. It's funny how, and it's stupid to say, but it's funny how you'll do something for the last time. You'll see something for the last time, and unbeknownst to you, it will be the last time.
100%, yeah.
So
never thought. I thought I'd see those little rocks again.
And I'm sure I have, but the last time I remember had to be when I was a child, probably 13 years old, maybe.
The time we're actually hanging out in the streets, so it makes sense. But I have lived in 3 consecutive houses over the last, since 2013, something like that. We've only moved 3 times because we're poor. And can't recall seeing that until just then. And you know, it makes sense because I have some fucking rocks around my house. So I'm sure not everybody's getting those
That would
nowadays.
make sense, yeah.
Um, but I got one. And I threw it away.
Do
Sorry,
you
you
remember
guys.
the company it was?
No, fuck no.
No.
Absolutely not. It was Brock's Rocks.
That's a great name.
Brock's Rocks.
Rocks.
Um, hey, I'm Brock. I used to be a jock. Now I sell rocks. He has this old high school Letterman jacket on. It's like, dude, you swam.
He's an athlete.
Nah.
You don't think so?
And then for some reason, the dudes from his old high school with like wrestling Letterman jackets walk by and go, nerd, push him into the pool. For some reason, he's selling rocks by a pool. And in his own commercial, they bully him and he still puts it out. Like, dude, why didn't you reshoot that?
So why did you talk like he has some kind of speech impediment?
Dude has his own business, but he's stupid and has no confidence.
I want to say things, but I gotta be sensitive nowadays.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Yeah, please, I don't want to edit.
Yeah, let's not edit. Cut that. No, but yeah, I mean, it's actually kind of a brilliant way to advertise. Because what if you just like threw some rocks down in front of somebody's house with a business card? The people just, oh, it's trash, it's litter. Like, where the fuck these rocks come from?
You write on the rocks.
Yeah.
First rock.
Hey,
you like this rock?
That's a great idea. The rock is the business card.
Right. But
maybe it's like carved into it.
It has to be because you can't do Sharpie.
Think about how expensive that is, though.
Okay, you go from he gets $1 million loan to start a business, blows it on carving the rocks. Nobody.
Why? Because why?
He has 7,000 carved rocks just in his apartment in boxes, and he's like,
"What the fuck am I going to do
really
with all these?"
Fucked up, Dad.
You could just go around throwing them through people's window, and they're just like, oh, "I'm so angry, but I did need rocks, and this is a great advertisement."
What he could do is, he could bury himself under those rocks and kill himself.
His tombstone.
Yeah, he can make him into his tombstone. Poor guy.
Rest in peace.
God, what a bad business decision.
It did not work out for him.
It's a big difference. It would have to be carved rocks, though, because going from a carved rock to like a Sharpie written on rock, it's like
people think you're an asshole.
Like business to like stalker.
Yeah.
You want to buy my rock?
Who the fuck is Brock?
You like this? This one's free.
Brock was here.
The next one, it's gonna cost you. And they're like, is this a threat?
Yeah, it's an interesting way to go about marketing for your business, because I guess like if you're in the neighborhood of looking for rocks, you're probably gonna go like to a Home Depot or something like that, right? You look up a business. So to advertise that way seems kind of a dead way to go about it. Or you wake up one day like, hey, I do actually need rocks.
I think it's a way to fit. I think it's fishing. So you come up on a decrepit-looking rock, front yard, side yard area.
It's all blown out.
You want to get that redone? You know what I mean?
Yeah, correct.
What is the most wild way to advertise your business?
The most wild way,
like driveway to driveway. What would be the business?
Driveway to
What would be a ridiculous business to advertise driveway to driveway?
I'm thinking of something practical, and also thinking something like outrageous.
Yeah, terrible. You could throw bricks through windows, but have like messages on the bricks. For like, oh, your fireplace is like, you want to get that redone? And they're like, hey, somebody, oh.
See, I said that
about babe, come look at this.
The rock one too, yeah. So we're on the same path.
Second brick comes through another window and says, by the way, this is my window, guys. No.
Brilliant. Yeah, I was thinking something with glass. Like glass in a little plastic baggie that's just thrown down, but it kind of looks like meth.
Yes.
So people are like, what the fuck are you selling meth? But no, it's glass.
And what if you're like a carpenter, right? And you build really cool things, right?
Wood?
Like a star or like a cross. You build like a really cool cross, right?
Yeah.
And then you go to somebody's lawn, you put that big old wood cross right in their lawn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then, to really get their attention,
you get all your friends and family, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Just like ghosts. Because you want to scare them. Out of their house. right?
Let's make
Onto
sure.
their, and you want to make sure they can see
Yeah.
it's bright out there. Maybe
Yeah.
you like that big cross.
You, because it's like a beacon
Jeez.
of sign. And they'll come out with like lowercase t for
Don't you like it?
time to replace our wood.
Your siding's looking.
It's
Your fence needs to go.
great reminder.
You're not going to live here anymore unless you let us rebuild your fence right now. Come on down to Jim Bob's fencing. It's like, dude.
This
Sheriff shows up. It's like, your ad's getting pulled. You're getting arrested. Yeah. You psycho.
Watch them be so like tone deaf to it. Like they literally are not racist at all. They have no racist bone in their body. They're lovely people, and they were so socially inept and out of tune that they thought this would be a good idea to advertise.
They're like the fucking coneheads.
Yes.
Oh my god, bro.
Sounds like the South Park episode.
I'm gonna barf.
For the Richers.
Whew. Sorry about that.
No,
that's probably the worst way you could possibly do that.
Yeah, I think you've settled on it right there. Because outside of breaking people's glass windows and such. So Patsy, right?
Oh gosh,
you want to go back to Patsy?
We can definitely go in on Patsy. So we,
go ahead.
We grew up poor,
white trash,
idiot pieces of shit, just all the worst shit we can think of. No, but we grew up with parents working, and our parents were split up from 88. They split up the year before, or about 88, 89.
So I would say they were off and on for sure, and I think it was like really set into place between when I was 5 and 10. So between 1990 and 1995 was really like the most separation, kind of the permanent separation at that time.
Well, as far as I don't remember when I was born. This all makes sense. I don't ever have any recollection of our parents being together. So anyways, our mom was at work a lot, and we were off of school or very young and not quite in like full school programs yet. So we would be at babysitters a lot. So we went through 2 or 3 different babysitters. Do you remember
the white lady?
The white lady.
She was nice.
With the other, and we would just watch movies the whole time there.
But yeah,
she's very like stern. Like we couldn't. It was very quiet. Dog. She was a great. Like she held it down. Like we weren't loud. It was usually me and one other kid, and we get picked up. And I have no recollection of where this is.
Yeah,
it's funny that this place just exists somewhere, right?
I can't pinpoint it. Fairfield for sure, but where in Fairfield? It was a nice neighborhood. They had a nice house.
It was, yeah.
Had a pool in the backyard. Should talk about the pool. Remember we used to play with our next door neighbors.
So I'm actually thinking of an earlier one. I'm sorry.
How are you?
I actually used to go here by myself. Then the one you're thinking of, I remember there's a bunch of other kids there actually.
Yeah.
The house was nice. It was pretty big. There was like a playroom, I think.
Oh wait, are you talking about the one in Vacaville? They had the adopted kids. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Oh yeah,
that's early.
Got a hilarious story to tell you about that.
All right, so go ahead.
Okay. So real quick about this one. So this was an older couple. And they had 2 adopted kids in a 2-story home. I don't think we caused a lot of trouble, but I think I was mischievous. I've always been I did cause a lot of trouble. I was very mischievous. I got into a lot of stupid ass shit. I probably, to be honest, I did see a lot of shit that I shouldn't have, and I think that caused me to, act out in ways or be a part of some, inappropriate topics and things like that. So I don't remember how I got in trouble the first time about bringing something inappropriate. I think I had discovered with Justin, which is our dad's best friend's children, like adult TV. It might have been the Playboy channel or something like that. And we had watched it at Justin's house.
Of course.
So I was telling this kid who was fucking square and a little telltale and his brother, like, hey, my friends. Oh, so I got in trouble for something, and then they told me not to talk about that anymore. I didn't know who got me in trouble, but I decided to tell this fucking stupid ass kid. He's like, hey, you know what my friend has? The Playboy channel. He goes, I'm telling. and I got big ass trouble. I think I was in the corner the whole time. Mom came, had a big awkward conversation about that, and I had to be 10 years old.
Unfucking believable.
Had to be about 10 years old.
Kids are fucking stupid.
Now there was another one. Yeah, that place sucked. I did not care for that place. Oh, I think this is gonna sound terrible. I think I think the last time we were ever there, the kids were being pulled from the home, and the mom was crying, and it wasn't because they were bad. I think they were getting replaced, or like a parent had come back in, and my mom was comforting the lady. She was crying, but I remember going, "I'm so glad these kids are being taken," because I fucking did not like these people. And I thought that was just karma. But in hindsight, I'm a 10-year-old piece of shit. So
Kids are the fucking worst.
oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
oh yeah. But do you remember the we had another one, and I don't know. Like, she had to be after. I want to say, man, I don't know if it's after that. Might have been not too long ago or long after that. But mom had taken us to another one. She was an older. I think she was a redheaded lady. Remember, she had a really nice house. The pool you almost drowned in the backyard. Yeah.
I didn't drown in that pool.
You're forgetting that story. I saved you from drowning in a pool.
Yeah, but that was at Dad's.
No, that was no. Oh no. Excuse me. You're right.
Yeah.
I almost drowned in that pool.
Yeah.
That's my story.
You almost died.
That was my story. Yeah, I forgot. So
we both almost drowned in a fucking pool, dude.
Yeah.
Hey. Okay, keep going.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, quickly. So this lady, I remember her being attractive. Maybe I'm mistaken. The mom who was watching us.
Yes.
Well, one day we were swimming in her backyard, which was always the perk. We always brought our swimming suits, and during the summer we get to swim. But her sister was there sunbathing, and I don't know if she had headphones on or fell asleep. But I drifted from like the 3 feet to like the 5, and was fucking I can't swim and struggling and like help, but I couldn't get a full like belch out of help. It was just kind of muffled water sinking. I'm going under, and I'm just reaching out to the corner. And luckily, you know when you grab yourself by a fingerprint that's enough to jettison you or grab or grip anything. Pulled me enough where I could get the side, so I'm clawing with my toes on the side of the wall.
Jesus, bro.
And then I remember getting up and grabbing up and spinning around and just looking at this bitch. And then she like had sat up and looked at me and then went back to sunbathing. I'm like panting, but I'm like furious,
bro.
Furious, yeah,
unbelievable,
dude. It's crazy. It's crazy to think that. It's crazy to think at that moment I could have absolutely passed away.
Yeah, that's a fucked up moment right there. It's a scary moment going underwater like that, dude. And I had a friend who passed away, at Lake Berryessa.
Yeah.
Junior year, just as we were not graduating. But, but yeah.
Yeah.
We used to go down to their. Did they have the sandbox? I think did a neighbor have a sandbox or something?
Yes, it's either them or next door. Because I was just saying that we used to go play with their neighbors.
Yeah.
That's where I started collecting bottle caps. Because I felt like the next door neighbors' parents drank a lot. Because there was always a ton of bottle caps and ton of beer.
Having a good time.
But they were fine. There was I remember the woman the redheaded lady used to babysit. She used to do a lot of country music.
Oh, yeah.
I remember we used to go pick up her kids sometimes. I don't remember her kids being mean. I don't think they were always nice, for sure, 100% of the time. Matter of fact, I think that they were kind of dicks. Oh, no, they were.
Yeah.
I forgot.
think they were assholes.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. One time they beat me up.
What the fuck?
Yeah, remember I was telling Mom, like, they don't like me. They treat me like trash. Wow, I'm fucking just unlocking memories, not repressed.
Holy shit.
Wow, this is a good one. So I remember, because I was easy to pick on. I mean, they didn't, like beat my ass. It wasn't like I was bleeding and anything like that, but they would pick on me.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, Mom come in and voice, and she's like, no, my kids wouldn't do that. It's not a problem, da-da-da. She'll, like, I'll monitor it. And then when Mom left and the lady went, like, to another room, like, the two older brothers or whatever, like, pounced on me and, like, held me down and were, like, kicking me and punching me. Like, I was terrified. I forgot about this. It's funny how you can repress memories.
Fuck, dude. Fuck these people. Hey, if you're for some reason you know what we're talking about and you're these people, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, seriously. I hope your house burned down. I hope everyone drowned in the back pool.
I hope you were adopted and they came and got you and took you away.
I bet they joke about that. I bet they laugh. I was like, hey, you remember those kids we used to babysit and beat up? they have their own podcast. They're talking
Yeah.
about it right now.
Fucking
And
little
they're like, hey,
assholes, little white trash
if you're
cans.
listening to this and we beat you up at a babysitter's house, go fuck yourself. Yeah.
So yeah, we went through a couple of babysitters until we got to Patsy, which
Probably the longest.
yeah, we were
Same.
there for a while, and we were there with Patsy. Her daughter was not a great mother, had a child.
Yeah, or early. I don't want to pass over judgment, but
Well, her daughter's child lived with her, Evan,
yeah, with Patsy, yeah.
and Evan was about my age. We were what? That was I was probably 6 or 7.
Yeah, I was probably
five, 6,
I
or
was
7,
probably
maybe.
5th to 6th grade.
Okay. And that place was a fucking new adventure every day.
It was.
It's such an interesting area around there because it was in a cul-de-sac.
Yep. I think I know how to get there. That's like not.
I know exactly where it is.
Not Laurel Creek. Laurel Creek.
It's before Laurel Creek.
Yeah.
It is by Fairfield High.
Yes.
If you take the right before the golf ball church.
Yep.
Into that neighborhood. Yeah. The golf
shout out to the golf ball church for everyone in Fairfield, California
707
that knows about the golf ball
you guys
church.
know this shit. So yeah, I have some stories about running around Fairfield. I don't know if the statute of limitations is up on those. We might have to wait.
Yeah, you're probably fine.
It was 16 years ago?
Oh, you're
17, 18?
I think I know what the candy one. Candy one's a good
one.
one.
We have there's some bad ones. So anyways, that cul-de-sac that she lived in was interesting because there was a kid next door we used to play with sometimes to the left, and then he kind of disappeared.
I don't know what he looks like. Can't remember him.
Yeah.
No, I think he's a white kid.
But he's fun.
But yeah,
we
I think we
hang
always
out with him
played him.
sometimes. And then there was the German couple down the way with the Dobermans.
Yep, they were the best.
Gave us candy all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We were all up in their fucking house, dog. They let us in their house.
They were really
good friends. Do you remember the backyard?
Vaguely. I remember their house more than I remember they had a grandfather clock.
Their house was fucking gorgeous, and their backyard was dope as fuck.
I remember it always had a smell, though.
It's
not a bad smell.
It's probably like all of like the children they would kidnap and murder.
Stewing in the backyard. No, they were the sweetest, dude. They're
probably
gone, so rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Thank you to those people because they would give us all those candy sticks and all that shit. Yeah. Like peppermint sticks and all that shit.
Yeah, that's right.
Remember that?
That's right.
I think that was just they saw the kids probably either didn't have grandchildren or wasn't around to see them or just had that same feeling, so they would like to hook us up with candy and see us.
I imagine that's cultural too, and of the era, right?
100%. Yeah.
I mean, you brought up something interesting because you were talking about that kid that lived next door. This kid wasn't babysat by our babysitter, but we would play outside, and he would come outside and just play, and that's how we made friends. That's how you used to make friends back in the day. It's just like if you had a cul-de-sac or a neighborhood, you'd be outside playing. Other kids around your age would see you, and you'd have this kind of weird. I don't know, kind of
interaction, first interaction.
Yeah,
hey.
You kind of standoffish, but don't know, or like, hey kid, you want to play a game? We're down, 2 people, whatever. Right. And then next thing you know, you're best friends. So
you guys latch on to find one thing in common, and you latch on to.
I'm sure that still works like that, but I feel like that's a dead art that is probably gone away nowadays.
At a certain age, I think at a certain age, like social stuff starts creeping in, and you want to look cool, or you want to.
Everyone plays with their friends online, though, right?
Yeah.
Call of Duty. Yeah. I imagine that's how. I mean, I made a friend online playing.
It can happen. It can happen.
What's it called? Oh God, I'm so terrible with names. Just the game we were playing around with in New York, The Division.
Yeah.
I met this dude in Texas.
Oh no shit.
And what I started doing was just joining random people's parties to help them with missions. And I never talked. I was kind of like this ghost.
Yeah.
And I kept joining this one guy, or he kept sending me invites, and then I roll around with him, and then I not joined his clan, but I would help out their clan.
Okay.
And he's like, oh yeah, this is my buddy Zach. He lives in California, or whatever. And, he never talks. Zach, you got a mic? And half the time I would never respond. And finally I hooked up my mic. And they're like, oh shit, you actually do talk. I was like, yeah, I just never talk. He's like, oh shit. So I ran around with them and joined their clan for a while. That's kind of like a feel how people, anyways.
Click up.
But yeah. So should we go into the horrible stories?
Well, hold on now. there's one more celebrity that lived in that
I
cul-de-sac.
was gonna bring him up. So,
Okay.
yeah, you
For
can't
some reason, we picked this fucking guy's house out
to terrorize.
and we threw rocks at it. Like
we
fucking idiots.
did some
dog.
horrible stuff to him.
I think a lot of kids get into doing dumb shit like that, and it's like who can do the most bad shit. And I mean, we weren't a lot of the times like we were mischievous and shit like that, but we vandalized quite a bit.
It wasn't
I think
massive.
we didn't do anything. I think we just threw a rock at his gated
Because I think it was his
door
garage. Yeah.
or something
Yeah.
like that, and so he comes out and he fucking yells at us.
Which rightfully so.
Because we're right there. Like, where are we
Rightfully
going to go? It's you idiot children.
Should we say his name?
Yes, dude.
Should we say his full name?
Yes. If you're aware of Fairfield, California's politics and political figures, John Mraz.
Oh man! And
I'm dead, bro.
John Mraz is such a great name too for this character in the story.
He's almost like a Al Bundy type character, dog.
A little bit.
He has that feel like Little Giants, like Al Bundy guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think he was in
Ed
the
O'Neill.
insurance business for a long time because he had an office right across the street from Army High School.
That's right. Yeah, he was an insurance
State Farm. I think.
Yeah, and then ran for a political office in Fairfield, California.
He won, right?
Yeah, he was fucking. He was something.
Treasurer? I have no idea, but I remember he did get in.
So
I remember his political campaigns. I'm like John fucking Mraz.
John Mraz.
John
So
Mraz.
imagine being a child and this guy that you're terrorizing his house one day with a rock comes out and screams at you and hates you for the rest of your time at this babysitter's home. Becomes
like a Dennis the Menace situation.
Yeah, he just followed us around. He followed us around.
Oh, he hated our guts, dude. He hated.
Shout out John Mraz, dude. You're a G.
Yeah. Sorry you had to put up with.
He's probably
nonsense.
a veteran too. We're so sorry, dude. We're so sorry, man.
War hero.
Kids, dude. Kids, am I right? You know, that's the problem, though. We're a bunch of kids with bad parents who, we're all sent off to a babysitter during the day. So we're not doing great things.
Like, I'm not proud of those things, but I mean, considering some of the stuff that I see other kids do, we could have done, it feels pretty normal. That feels like this is a rite of passage.
I'd say so.
Of growing up, Like, we never broke anyone's window for the most part, or,
Not there.
Not there. Oh, man. I remember watching the entirety of the fucking OJ trial because Patsy threw that on. I thought that was appropriate for kids to watch.
Yeah, she was a little out of touch. Okay? We're
What are we talking about?
We're not telling you what you're not going to talk about.
We're not going to talk about that one?
We're not going to.
No, we have to. No, it's the most pinnacle of stories. And there's another one we have to talk about. There's actually three. No, yeah, three.
Hold on.
Let's save that one for last.
I hate you so much.
I'll go with mine first. And then we'll go with... So, okay, there's three stories. What?
Oh, you remember the other one. Is it him who came?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, come on, you have to.
Oh, no. Oh, no, I'm just remembering this.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, my God.
Come on. So let's start with the first one, because I'll take the brunt of it. And I'll share my embarrassment. So, again, I because I was a little bit older, I was kind of the ringleader of a lot of mischief and shit that would go on. And Patsy did not like me. She just didn't. And I don't blame her. I probably was a very misbehaved kid for the most part. But anyways. So one time I started getting everyone to wrestle in the living room. And I think we were playing dogpile and I was top. And I think this is probably way after everything that's ever happened. Probably one of the last times we were there. It always seems to be one crown jewel moment that send it all off. But she spanked me.
Bitch.
She spanked me.
I remember
And I remember crying and everyone was kind of like giggling and laughing. That's when we had like Brandon and Tyler. I think his sister would come through. These were other kids that were being babysat. It was you, me. There was a couple.
There's 3 or 4. There's 3 or 4 siblings.
Yeah.
That was with us. One of them, God, looking back, I guess he, I don't know, he had some type of mental illness.
Brandon did.
Did.
But he was
autistic. I guess he's autistic.
He could have.
Probably autism. Now looking back at it, because it wasn't Down syndrome.
No.
But he had a mental disability.
Yeah.
but he hung out with us all day,
We were
the whole
all
time.
friends.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was functioning, but he had some
Sure.
quirks about him.
Yeah. I mean, considering all things, like we all played together. There was no
We were a group of
ostracizing.
friends, and I
Yeah.
think we all kind of looked out for him and made
Yeah.
sure he was with us included. And he just was. It wasn't like he needed assistance or
Yeah.
anything like that, but
No.
um,
Yeah. He
he's
just had a mental
yeah.
incapacity or
Um,
some faculties. But Tyler, Brandon, I keep forgetting his sisters for some reason. I can't remember his sister's name
starts
for
with
the
the
longest
A.
time.
Starts with the A.
They were lovely, African American, and then it was just us. We just played together with Evan, and
Yeah, we went.
we get into trouble
Dog, we went and we've been to their house. Remember going to their house?
for Tyler's. I think it was Tyler's
Yeah,
birthday. Yeah,
and he do they huge Power Ranger fans at that time, so he had all the cool Megazords too.
yeah. Tyler
Uh,
had they had a great home. I think they had a big packed backyard,
yeah,
trampoline. They even had like a playroom, if I'm
yeah.
not mistaken. They turned one of the rooms to a playroom.
So yeah, they actually had a really nice family, and they were awesome. Man.
Yeah,
We went through some shit with that group of kids, bro. We
yeah.
went through
That's
the
why I'm bringing
same
them up. So
experience.
shout out
It's
to
wild.
Tyler, Brandon, your family. You
Yeah, I
guys are
hope you
always
guys are
lovely, your
all
sister.
right.
Yeah, I hope you guys are all right. But yeah, I got spanked. I remember crying.
That bitch.
I remember Patsy gave this big. She started crying about it when Mom came. She's like, "I just got so overwhelmed," and I think Mom just understood. Um,
Well, mom's not gonna put pressure on anybody like that
you
at
know,
that moment because she's such a nice person. You know
Mom's
what I
always
mean?
dealing with so much already and
Yeah,
paying fucking like $800 a month to have two kids. Can you
which is
think
cheap.
about that?
It's $500 a week now, dog.
What you think
For
about back in that
daycares and
time for
stuff,
Mom? That's probably
dog. It's like
one
two
of her
grand
paychecks
now.
went to rent, another went to babysitting. I can't imagine. I don't know. I still don't know how she did it.
Well, we do because she never bought anything for herself. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I think a majority of it went to bills, and then whatever else she did, it was through garage sales and stuff like
Yeah.
that. She always figured it out for us. You know what I mean?
We've talked about this before, and Mom made miracles with nothing. I still, again, I can't fathom
We
how
also
she
ate
squeezed it in.
very cheaply. You know
Oh
what I
yeah, we
mean?
did.
Bologna, hot
Hmm.
dogs,
Ramen,
top ramen, and fucking
but she always made great food: casseroles,
oh yeah,
shepherd's pie.
tacos.
Mom's
Fucking
tacos.
tacos, bro.
Mom had a unique way of making tacos. They were so
I
good.
can't
Replicated. I
replicate it,
know.
bro.
Every time I think about it,
Mom actually has an interesting way of doing the tacos. I always build it the same way because she would always do the sour cream and cheese on the bottom.
that's how I still do my
And
tacos
I
to this day.
still do it to this fucking day,
Correct.
my guy. The
Because it doesn't
texture,
spill
the
out.
flavor,
It doesn't
it's
spill
all
out.
like a little nice little pack meat in
It
there.
melds in together.
Bro,
Correct.
I
Yeah.
want tacos now. So yeah, so that's the first story you wanted to get into?
So I got spanked.
We got spanked.
It was pretty embarrassing.
A couple of quick ones I'll fire off real quick.
Yeah.
We used to eat dog. She had a dog. We used to dare each other eat the dog food in the backyard
Yeah, I remember
out of
that.
the thing. We used to throw rocks over her backyard fence.
That's the next story I wanted to get into. That's the one I wanted to get into.
Okay.
Well, number one, we used to throw at multiple houses.
We
All the houses.
fucking suck.
A lot of it was just trying to land it on the roof. That's all we were trying to do. But sometimes it would undershoot and you hit other
Overshoot.
things. Or you wanted to hit like an awning because it makes a sound and everyone would celebrate.
Idiots.
We
What
were.
a bunch of idiots.
They weren't huge rocks, but they were like small little gravel rocks.
So one day we're throwing rocks to kind of over these the tall bush trees things.
She had an interesting backyard. There was a lot of space back there. It was a big backyard and then a whole little gated for like a dog.
Yeah,
little
dog
area.
But somebody from the house came and is it that incident? You go ahead. You take this one.
No.
Like
Okay, so let me preface by saying so if you look at her house, if you go directly to the backyard and you're looking directly beyond her fence to another house, we used to throw a lot of rocks over there, but we never got caught for that one. But if you go to the right and into the corner, there is that other house back there was a big home with a large backyard as well. And in that little dog area we used to hang out, we would throw rocks over at that guy's house because he had a metal awning. So we'd hit it and you'd celebrate and be like 50 points or some shit. But I remember, I think we started hitting the glass sliding door, and that's when he had come out. And I think he like popped up. He like snuck out, popped up, and saw, "What are you kids doing?" And we ran away. And he says that I said "fuck you" to him. I honestly don't remember that. It's possible because he found the house. He came over and he knocked on the door, and then Patsy was pissed, and she's like, "Who's been throwing rocks at this guy's house?" And we're all terrified. And then I had like come out, and he was like, "It was you." And then you told me to go fuck myself or something like that. I'm like, "It wasn't me." And it was a big deal, and everyone got in trouble. I got in the most trouble as always. I was always in trouble. And mom came. We had to have a big sit down. Mom was pissed about it. She's like, "God, can I just like work a day without coming home to my fucking kids throwing rocks at people's houses?" And then she's like, "Well, you're gonna go apologize." Which hilariously, we went to the wrong house. Thank God. So we went directly to the like 180 of Patsy's house,
Yeah.
which we were talking about as the original house we used to throw rocks at. We never got in trouble for.
Yeah.
So we went over there, and she made us go knock on the door, and the guy comes out, and he's like baffled. He's like, he doesn't know what the fuck we're talking about, and he's all.
Do you remember they removed? They had boxes. The front door was wide open.
Was it?
I didn't have to get out. You had to
Oh,
go.
with mom.
So
Yeah.
I watched you walk up the thing,
Yeah.
and they had like boxes in their hand. They're like, "Hey, what's up?" And like you said something, and they're like, "Oh." They had no idea what you were talking about.
I think the guy might have mentioned like, "Oh, well, maybe that's where the rocks were coming from."
Oh,
And
okay.
he's like, "It's okay, just don't do it again." It's like, okay.
Hilarious.
But I remember going back into the car, going like, "This is so funny. Mom's never gonna know. We
Yep.
apologize to the wrong house, technically." And
So
then
it wasn't harsh. It wasn't
just
like,
went on
"Oh, you little fucker."
for years. And then finally, like when we were grown up, we finally sat down. Mom, we were like out for like Mother's Day or something. We're talking about old stories,
Yeah.
and then we brought up like, "Mom, one time we made us apologize to the wrong house that we were throwing rocks at," and Mom thought it was so goddamn funny.
So fucking funny, bro.
Now it's your turn. So
I think you're missing some. Let me fire off
Give me
a
some
couple more. Patsy used to sit in the recliner, and
no.
I mean all day. And she used to wear like the original yoga pants and sweatpants and shit like that. This
Yeah.
fat little nasty Italian bitch.
Were they Italian? They were so racially ambiguous. I don't know what they were.
Italian. Something like that. And fucking we used to dare everybody in there to smell her chair
See,
after she
I
would
forgot
get
about
up,
that.
bro.
Yeah,
Gross,
disgusting.
sick, dude.
And then people go,
Gross. That bitch. Fire off another one. Her the rice and ketchup, hot dog. Was it chicken? It was a chicken hot dog mix that she used to make.
the chicken she used to make?
Yes, was it chicken? We used to do hot dogs with rice and ketchup.
Yep.
And then we used to do like a chicken mix she would make
Okay,
with rice.
I gotta tell you, as much shit we're talking about her, one of the best chickens I've ever had in my
Fire,
life.
dog. That
Yeah.
shit was so fucking good,
Yeah,
dude.
one of the best chickens I've ever had.
Yeah, food was fire.
Yeah, so shout out.
Shout out.
I remember.
Shout out.
I remember one time we were doing the smell the chair game, and she was
got
like, she popped her head out while cooking. She's like, "Smell what, Zach? Smell what?" I was like, "Nothing." Smell what?
She heard you. She was listening.
No, I think she just heard. She probably because you were whispering, you just heard smell that. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? Could you imagine that in the?
She walks in and we're like, "Ah!"
Oh shit, that's funny.
So
Excuse me.
so what you want me to talk about is
I can talk
one
about
day.
Yeah.
Me and Zach, I literally just had.
This
we
is a
just
horrible story.
got there. We
Yeah.
had just got there. Like just walked in the door. In her laundry area room, there is a Jack in the Box type toy. Disney like type toy.
No,
I think
no,
it's a Jack.
No. It's a Sesame Street figurine. Had multiple Sesame Street. I think it like danced or they sang or
I'm pretty sure it's Jack in the Box. I'm pretty sure.
I remember them being stationary.
We need to do a deep dive and try to find
We're
this
never
toy.
gonna find
We
this
need to
toy.
find this toy. No, we need to find this toy. So anyways, this fucking bitch, okay, we walk in there, there's shit on it. There's a turd on it.
It's covered. She had a dog. What was it? I can't remember her dog.
That was Evan and his toy. You think about it, dog.
Yeah.
Nobody else was there yet. It was just me and you, and we showed up there just then, and it was her and Evan. Evan shit on that. and she was furious, and she
Oh,
made
it's Evan's shit.
had to be that was human shit, dog.
I thought it was dog
She
shit.
made me take this thing outside and clean it
With
with
leaves.
leaves,
Yeah.
with fucking leaves.
It's hilarious because I have the vision in my
What
head.
an evil bitch! I'm crying. I remember crying
Yeah, I remember-
and having to do that.
Yeah.
And
That moment's so traumatizing. I can see it in my mind like it was yesterday.
so I initially just said, "What's is that poop or something on that?" And she went off and said, "You did it. You gotta clean it." I was like, "What the fuck, you
Yeah.
fucking idiot,
Yeah.
bitch!"
Because I guess she was saying it was dog shit that was all over it.
Nah,
First of all, we never had fun with feces. We never played with shit.
no.
We didn't do anything like that. Matter of fact, I used to remember, just even as a kid, and still to this day, I think everyone agrees. Remember, stepping in shit is the worst fucking thing in the world.
It sucks.
So I did that so much as a kid because you play outside as much as we did. I hated it. I couldn't stand it. So
Yeah.
there's no way we were playing with shit. But for some reason, she targeted you for this. I don't
I think it's because I said something about it, and she was pissed off
like the toy.
because she
or-
knew she was gonna have to clean it up, so she just made a child do it instead.
Why not just rinse it off?
Because she's a dumb piece of shit.
See, for the most part, I'll take the L and say that yeah, we were, rambunctious, mischievous, caused a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
That was not fair to everybody. So in hindsight, of course, I apologize and not very proud of being a little piece of shit. That being said, that moment in particular is subhuman.
Yeah, it was pretty fucked up.
And it makes me think that either Evan did it or did it on accident or something like that.
I feel like
Or-
that's the only possibility.
Yeah. Or, and then blamed one of us. But it feels weird that he blamed you. Maybe because you're younger, he didn't feel like you could retaliate or anything like
I
that.
don't know. He was a little piece of shit.
Evan had his own problems. He was a little crybaby and tattletale and shit, too. So, but yeah, it was,
I think you're also forgetting another incident that happened there.
talk to me.
Do you recall somebody coming through the front door and slamming the front door open and kicking it open?
Was it one of the daughter's like ex-boyfriends or something
Nah,
like
I'm
that?
pretty sure it was John Mraz. Came over, pissed off because we ran into the house running away from doing something, and he slammed the door open and yelled at us and yelled at Patsy.
I don't remember.
You don't
for some
remember
reason.
that?
Yeah,
You don't remember
I'm
that?
probably blocking it out.
Dog, he came through the front door. It's fucking wild, dude.
What did we do to his house?
Probably throw rocks at it or something. I'm pretty sure it was John Mraz, dog.
I just vaguely remember this.
If you think about it, somebody because there was a door and there was the closet door right across from it as you
Yes,
came in.
yes.
He slammed the door open and fucking yelled and screamed and
I
shit.
hated us. I hated us. Do you think he ever thinks about us?
Probably. He probably thinks about that cul-de-sac from time to time. You know what I mean?
Would you apologize to John Morales?
If I saw him, I'd tell him straight up, like, hey, there was a cul-de-sac he used to live on, and we were some little kids that used to run around there doing dumb shit. And honestly, I don't regret any of it. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself, John Mraz.
Fucking
Zach, where can they find you? Have any socials you're gonna send out there to John Mraz?
or not Tombstone, but Stone Cold Stone.
You old prick.
Flipping them off in his face. Slap the beers together, pour them all over ourselves. No, I don't got no hands.
All right, you guys. Thanks for joining us. You want to follow along on IG at Baker Bros Show. You want to check out the link in the bio there. It'll take you to our YouTube, Baker Bros Studios. Go ahead and follow along, please. We appreciate the support. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Comment. Let us know how much you hate us. We appreciate it.
Peace.